Greetings to Dr. Hanita and all the professors who are also watching this presentation of our analysis of journal articles. So firstly, I would like to introduce my group mates. I am myself Priscilla and Harita and Lekha. We are three in our team. We are all from MTESL program. And also these are the list of this article that we have chosen. We have chosen 3 articles. So article number 1, the title is Teaching Academic Writing in English to ESL and EFL learners in higher education, a systematic review of strategies and challenges, followed by Article 2, research trends on academic writing from 2020 to 2025, followed by Article 3, generative AI in academic writing, exploring ESL students' strategies and performance. Moving on to the first slide. Okay, so firstly, I would like to begin with the analysis of the title for Article 1. So the Article 1 title is Teaching Academic Writing in English to ESL and EFL learners in higher education, a systematic review of strategies and challenges. So here, the title accurately signals the scope of academic writing in ESL and EFL learners in higher education and also signals a systematic review. Still, the subtitle, Strategies and Challenges, is broad, risking overlap with many existing reviews. So the focus from general English skills to the highly specialized demands of scholarly communication, example, structure, citation, register and argument for formation. Also, the linguistic and cultural challenges faced by non-native English speakers. Also, this is also crucial because they also mention higher education as academic writing expectations differ vastly from secondary education and vocational settings, followed by the review promises a balanced discussion of both problems and the solution. And also a use of systematic review is most of the significant strength from this title. Moving on to the next article.
All right, for the second article, Research Trends on Academic Writing, from 2020 to 2025, it shows a clear and descriptive title where the research aligns about. For instance, it also matches current issues like AI and also the changes after the pandemic. However, the title could be a little improvised by mentioning the method, such as saying it is a bibliometric analysis that would also make the scope clearer in this title context. Thank you.
All right. So Article 3's title is highly effective because it demonstrates clarity and conciseness, which are essential in academic writing. It clearly identifies the technology being examined, and generative AI, particularly ChatGPT, and the target population of ESL students, and the 2 key variables, which are strategies and performance. The use of the word exploring is also appropriate as it accurately reflects the qualitative and exploratory nature of the study without implying facility. Overall, the title is well crafted, appropriately sized, and directly aligned with the study's purpose.
Finally, the summary of all the 3 articles are distinct. One tracks global research trends, another tests AI use, and the third reviews ESL and EFL writing tactics. Their combined findings clearly demonstrated that the challenges in academic writing are dynamic, influenced by changes in pedagogy, technology, and also the expectations from university. Moving on to the next part of the analysis of the abstract. So here we can see the first article. It has a clear adherence to the systematic review, the methodology, and the PRISMA framework, ensuring a high standard of evidence synthesis. And also, it employs a multidimensional analysis across linguistic, cognitive, respective institutional and technological categories. And also, the abstract clearly separates findings into challenges and effective strategies, genre-based introduction and iterative feedbacks, and also offering actionable insights for educators. And also, the abstracts directly addresses the so what by emphasizing the value of developing model-based and multi-method instructional support. Also, the needs to specify the language issues like collocations, nominalization are also most significant challenges rather than just listing vocabulary size. And also, it requires clarification on the nature of L1 transfers to enable targeted teaching. That's all from me. Moving on to the next part.
All right, for Article 2, the abstract gives us a short and a clear summary of the whole study. For instance, it provides a clear and concise overview of objectives, methods, findings, and also implications. Other than that, this article shows the methodological transparency where they use 1051 papers, Scopus, WAS viewers. And it also highlights the trending themes such as the ChatGPT, AI, and the academic integrity. Other than that, this abstract could be improvised by adding more about the study's contribution and also the future recommendations. That's all from me.
As for the third article, the abstract provides a clear and well-structured summary of the study. It effectively outlines the background, highlights the pedagogical gap, describes the methodology involving 13 Malaysian university students, and presents the 6 key strategies identified along with their correlation to writing quality. However, it fails to mention a crucial methodological limitation, the reliance on self-reported activity logs, which may introduce recall or social desirability bias, including this would have strengthened the study's scholarly rigor. Additionally, the abstract is too short, falling below the typical 150 to 300 word standard. Overall, the abstract remains a comprehensive and effective summary of the research. Thank you.
So, the summary of all the 3 abstracts, the collective findings of these 3 studies that shows that academic writing for English learners is a complex challenge influenced by 3 main factors: teaching methods, technology, and students' approaches. And the systematic reviews confirmed persistent difficulties, particularly in linguistic challenges, grammar, vocabulary, and also affective barriers, anxiety, and confidence. Also, the bibliometric analysis revealed major global trends, specifically the impact of AI tools and related concerns about academic honesty and integrity. The study focusing on generative AI provided evidence that students are adapting their writing practices, noting that AI offers both potential advantages and clear limitations. In summary, the research underscores the necessity of developing balanced informed strategies that can effectively manage both long-standing difficulties in writing and the new realities introduced by the technology. Moving on to the next analysis of the introduction. So the first article's analysis, the introduction immediately establishes the high stakes linking academics writing to academic success, scholarly publishing, and career development for ESL and EFL learners. The introduction crucially broadens the focus beyond the language skills to include critical thinking and intercultural communication. It also clearly defines the research gap, the lack of comprehensive, multidimensional, and up-to-date systematic synthesis. Moving on to the second article.
All right, for the second article's introduction, The introduction actually gives us a strong background on the evaluation of academic writing, where it focuses on technology, AI, and also new teaching practices. It uses many different sources and shows that academic writing is a complex field. It also mentions gaps such as the need of updated study, especially after the rise of AI. So, in overall, the introduction leads smoothly into the method and clearly explains why the study is needed. That's all from me.
The introduction of the Article 3 is well constructed, guiding the reader smoothly from the global impact of large language models to the specific need for the research among ESL students. It, if, it effectively presents the tension between the benefits of Gen AI, such as scaffolding the writing process, and key concerns like plagiarism, ethics, and the lack of institutional policy. While the global framing is strong, a key limitation is the delayed focus on Malaysia. The authors rely heavily on international literature before addressing local challenges, which slightly weakens contextual relevance. Introducing Malaysian policy gaps earlier would have made the rationale more immediate, and overall, the introduction remains logically structured, compelling, and successful in justifying the study's significance. Thank you.
Moving on to the summary of the introduction for all three articles, all underscore a central role of academic writing for student success in higher education. Its significance extends beyond language proficiency to foundational skills such as critical thinking, intercultural communications, and ethical practice. The authors contextualize writing within modern transformations, including digitalization, AI tools, and globalized scholarship, while also recognizing the importance of local pedagogical needs. Ultimately, the articles converge on the necessity of providing contextualized instruction and policy guidance to effectively reconcile the opportunities offered by technology with rising concerns over authorship, plagiarism, and also academic integrity. Moving on to the next part. Is it the problem statement? Okay. So, moving on to the problem statement, the problem statement correctly frames the issue as a complex nexus of factors, not a single challenge. It identifies academic writing as a critical and fundamental skill for success. The key justification for the study is the lack of a comprehensive synthesis that spans the five domains: linguistic, cognitive, affective, institutional, and technological. Moving on to the next article.
All right, for this article, the problem statement is not explicitly stated, but is implied. Um, for instance, we can understand the problem from their writing, but there is not enough research or the recent database research that maps on how academic writing has changed from 2020 to 2025. This lack updated information affects the teachers, researchers, and also the policymakers. So the study is important because it gives a clear picture of what is happening around the field. You?
As for the Article 3's problem statement, although it is not under a separate heading, it is clearly presented within the introduction itself, so it highlights the urgent need to move beyond general concerns about Gen AI and develop a detailed, evidence-based understanding of student practices. The study identifies three core issues, which are the lack of institutional policies, the knowledge gap in how ESL students integrate Gen AI into writing, and the ethical need to teach responsible use. This framing establishes a strong and timely justification for the study and its contribution to the instructional design. Thank you.
So moving on to the summary of the problem statements. All three studies problem statements agree that academic writing is a complex skill influenced by uh, confluenced by linguistic, cognitive, institutional, and technological factors. The systematic review specifically points the lack of integrated research across these domains, while the bibliometric study notes that gaps in effectively mapping global writing trends. And the Gen AI study highlights the unresolved difficulties in regulating students' use of AI tools. Taken together, these issues justify urgent need for comprehensive, forward-looking pedagogical frameworks that addresses both established challenges and the emerging digital realities of the academics. Moving on to the next slide. The analysis of literature review for Article 1. Is it the... Okay, so for Article 1, I believe the research... sorry. So for the literature review, summarized for Article 1, the literature review successfully structured the challenges and strategies across the five interacting domains, which is linguistic. So the key challenges they identified in this under this linguistic domain is limited vocabulary and L1 transfer. And also, the effective strategy they proposed is explicit language-focused instruction and genre-based approaches. Followed by the cognitive domain, they address the key challenges as difficulties in argument formation and also poor coherence. So the effective strategy mentioned under this cognitive domain is model text analysis scaffolded and writing tasks. Followed by effective, the key challenges identified is writing anxiety and also low motivation. And as their effective strategy, supportive feedback culture and reflective writing was its coping mechanism. And also, institutional, the key challenges identified here is large class sizes and also insufficient teacher training. Followed by the effective strategy, embedding writing support and also embedding writing support in curricula professional development. Followed by the technological domain, it's the underutilization of digital tools, and it followed by the effective strategy, AI assisted platforms, AI assisted writing platforms, and also digital literacy training. Moving on to the Article 2.
Okay, thank you. The literature review actually covers many areas such as digitalization, AI tools, collaborative writing, and also writing pedagogy. The strength is that it brings different fields together and shows a wide understanding of academic writing. However, it could be more descriptive than critical, where it explains past studies, but it does not discuss their weakness or gaps in detail. Still, this literature study provides a solid base for this current research.
So the literature review of Article 3 is theoretically strong, grounding the study in Flower and Hare's cognitive process theory of writing, which maps well onto ESL students' use of Gen AI across planning, translating, and reviewing stages. It effectively integrates current research on LLMs, highlighting Gen AI as an externalized cognitive scaffold. A key critique is the missed opportunity to apply self-regulated learning theory, which could have explained why higher proficiency students' stronger metacognitive skill and self-regulations when using AI. Overall, the review is extensive, current, and provides a solid foundation for the study framework. Thank you.
So, based on these three studies, it demonstrates how a variety of challenges, including linguistic, cognitive, institutional, and technical ones, influencing the academic writing. So, one review maps about worldwide research trends, another review is about categorizing these problems into distinct domains, and the third article connects Gen AI with traditional writing theory. When all three of this is are taken as whole, they emphasize the importance of modern, integrated, and technological conscious writing assistance system. So that is all from me.
Moving on to the analysis of the methodology. So for Article 1, the methodology demonstrates a high rigor. It follows the PRISMA framework, and it uses two appropriate appraisal tools, and one is CASP and also MMAT. The key strength is the high reliability measure with two independent reviewers and a third adjudicator to reach a consensus. A notable weaknesses that I've identified here is the time frame inconsistency. The abstract states 2010 to 2024, but the search strategy states 20,000 onwards. That's all from me. Moving on to the next presenter.
All right. For the methodological part, it shows the research is aligned with the bibliometric standards, where it clearly follows the procedures. The authors also used the Scopus as the form of database and studied papers from 2020 to 2025. They use tools like Open Refine, Scopus Analyzer, Analyzer, and Voice Viewer to analyze keywords, authors, and also trends. The methods is systematic, transparent, and also it's easy to repeat, where it also fits the purpose of the whole study as well. Thank you.
As for the third article, the methodology is the study's main exposure. While an exploratory case study is appropriate for investigating new behaviors, the small sample size of 30 limits generalization, even with claims of thematic saturation. Additionally, heavy reliance on self-recorded activity logs introduce subjectivity as students may refine or omit details. The absence of a baseline or control group means that differences in CEFR scores cannot be causally linked into Gen I AUs, making the result purely correlational, and overall, these factors reduce the reliability of the findings. Thank you.
Hence, across these three studies, the methodology varied from extremely strict to noticeable constraint. For instance, in Article 1, they used a PRISMA-guided systemic review with robust appraisal procedures. In Article 2, they use a transparent bibliometric approach using the Scopus and visual analytics tool. And in Article 3, they relied on a small exploratory case study with a subjective data and also limited generalization.
Followed by the analysis of findings. So the primary strength of the findings is integrated multidimensional synthesis across the 5 domains, which validates the initial problem statement that stand-alone solutions are insufficient. The inclusion of a clear summary, like the table, is an excellent communicative feature that appears in the article.
All right, moving on to the second article's findings. Sorry, go again.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all right. So the finding shows a strong growth in publications from 2020 to 2024. This growth is linked to the pandemic and also the rise of AI tools like ChatGPT. The study highlights that AI topics now dominate the field, while traditional writing topics receive less attention than before. There are also a clear geographic patterns like countries such as China, the US, and also the UK that lead the field, while countries like Malaysia and Indonesia are still in the process of growing. So the findings are just not numbers, where they also include the interpretation about power, access, and also global inequalities. That's all from me.
The findings of third article clearly highlight ESL student strategies when using ChatGPT for academic writing. Research question 1 identifies 6 key strategies across planning, translating, and reviewing, including prompt development and ethical consideration. Research questions 2 shows that writing qualities correlate strongly with the sophistications of these strategies. B1 students used For instance, B1 students used simple directive prompts with low critical engagement, while C1 students employed iterative, collaborative prompts, demonstrating that students' agency and critical thinking, not the technology itself, to determine the outcomes. This suggests Gen AI amplifies existing skills and informs targeted pedagogical interventions. Thank you.
All right. Across all these three studies, the article demonstrates the multi-phased nature of academic writing challenges, which are also influenced by institutional, technological, linguistic, and cognitive factors. They emphasize the need of comprehensive, inclusive, and AI-aware writing help by highlighting the influence of AI growth, inequalities in student involvement with Gen AI, and also a worldwide research gap.
Moving on to the discussion and implications of the Article 1. So the discussion here immediately affirms the central premise: a multidimensional approach is necessary, and also a higher practical applicability, where the implications in this article are highly actionable for various stakeholders, educators, curriculum designers, and administrators. Specific recommendations, including embedding writing support into disciplinary curricula, providing top-notch professional development for faculty, and implementing policies for responsible AI use. Also, the discussion has a balanced view on technology, AI, and the discussion also offers a perspective on AI, acknowledging its benefits, immediate feedback, organization assistance, while stressing the critical need for digital literacy training to prevent overdependence and to ensure critical evaluation of AI-generated content. And also, it provides a comprehensive synthesis structure where the findings are logically discussed by category, the linguistic, cognitive, affective, and motivational, institutional, pedagogical, and technology, all these 5 domains, ensuring that the problem statement are covered and integrated. Moving on to the next article.
All right, for the Article 2, the discussion connects all the findings and explains why they mean. For instance, they included the technology, pedagogy, geographic patterns, and also ethics. It also shows academic writing research is moving toward more technological focused themes, where it also focused on warning us about using too much and relying too much on AI, which might overshadow the basic writing skills. The discussion also point out about the global inequalities in research and also calls for more balanced and inclusive scholarship. That's all from me.
As for the third article, the discussion chapter effectively links the student strategies to Flower and Hayes' 1981 model and current literature highlighting the importance of prompt engineering and critical synthesis for academic success. A crescent is the four-level band for measuring Gen AI usage, providing educators with an ethical tool to assess student competency. However, ethical considerations such as minimal use of AI detection tools are underexplored, leaving policy implications underdeveloped compared to pedagogical ones. So, in summary, the three articles collectively highlight how technology, pedagogy, and ethics increasingly shape academic writing, offering strong pedagogical implications but revealing gaps in policy development and equitable research representation. Their discussion integrate findings well, though emphasis varies, with Article 3 notably lacking depth on ethical and policy concepts. Moving on to the analysis of reference.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so the analysis of the references for Article 1. So the abstract and introduction stated that the focus studies is from 2020 to 2024. However, the search strategy section states that the works were limited to works published from 2000 onwards, and also the studies mentioned is also up to date from 2020 to 2024. And that's all from me. Moving on to the next presenter.
Yeah. For the second article, the reference list is strong and also up to date. So most of the sources are from the papers of 2020 to 2024, showing that the study is based on the current research. Hence, the reference also covers different fields and the formatting is very consistent.
So for Article 3, the reference list is exemplary in its currency and relevance, which is paramount for research concerning a rapidly evolving technology like Gen AI, and the list correctly includes foundational seminal works, for example, Flower and Hayes in 1981, alongside a substantial body of highly recent research, including citation from 2024 and even projected citation from 2025. This ensures the study's arguments are situated at the cutting edge of the academic discourse on LLMs and pedagogy. So the references are appropriately formatted and demonstrate the author's diligent effort to anchor their exploratory findings within a rigorous and well-supported and scholarly context. So overall, across the three articles, across the three articles demonstrate strong, current, and relevant scholarly engagement in their reference sections with minor inconsistencies, but overall, they are well formatted and provide a solid and credible evidence base for the studies. Moving on to the next slide.
So moving on to the analysis of language and styles. For Article 1, the language is consistently very formal, precise, and objective, using terms associated with the rigorous academic inquiry, which establish its credibility. The writing is organized using a logical structure and also a clear academic transition. And the primary limitations is a lack of variation or engaging language as a trade-off for maintaining the objectivity. That's all from me. Moving on to the next presenter.
All right, for the second article, the language used in the article is formal, academic tone with clear and coherent writing. The writing is clear and well organized, even though some sentences are quite long. In technical terms, it was used in correct manner and the paper is very easy to follow. Overall, the writing is professional and suitable for a bibliometric study.
For the third article, the language and style of the language and style are consistently formal, objective, and scholarly, which is appropriate for a peer-reviewed publication. The authors maintained a measured and cautious tone, especially when discussing methodology and limitations. Technical terms like thematic saturation, purposive sampling, and iterative prompting are used accurately, and clear signposting ensures smooth transition between these sections. So overall, the language effectively conveys complex findings, enhancing readability and contributing meaningfully to the scholarly conversation. Overall, all three articles use formal, objective, and academically rigorous language with clear structure and accurate technical terminology, ensuring coherence and credibility. However, their emphasis on precision and scholarly tone occasionally leads to density and limited stylistic variation. So that's all from us. Thank you, Dr.
And that is all from us. Thank you.